The end of the summer is upon us, and in comes the spring. With the passing of the seasons comes the equinox, and with the equinox the blooming of the beautiful spider lilies. These flowers, blooming with their little tendrils in red and white, form a passing of the seasons, and with the passing of the seasons, the passing of those with it. Summer is a time of growth, of heat, of warmth, of generation. And into the fall we have the slow cooling descent and final wintry death. The spider lilies in Japan are similar to how we might think of the forget-me-not or the poppies in the Western culture. Memorable of death, of graves and remembrance. Such things have been on my mind as of recent.
Yay!
Trevor in Tokyo. With my friends this week, we managed to go down to visit the remains of the temple in Kokubunji. Now, the temple remains aren't a whole lot left to appreciate, but we did get the opportunity to look at the old architecture which does remains, and perhaps even more importantly, the more modern shrines which encase this sense of thoughtfulness, intentionality, and meaningfulness to one's life. The cool waterworks coming down off the hill. The fish, koi, swimming in their pond without a care of the world. The shrines, bearing one's thoughts to one's ancestors, and all about the spider lilies, reminding us of the transience of our lives, how short they are, and a bridge between that which was and that which will be. And we who reside in the middle who must walk that path. Now, Kokubunji isn't too far from where I live, so it was a short trip, and it was a good opportunity to relax from all of the other things that we've been going on so intensely throughout the week. But as they have gone, and the merriment that their company brought with me has departed, as with the summer heat, I think also of that which has come before, and that which has originated where I have come. That is to say, the long chain of being that stretches back from generation to generation to generation, until the first humans walked upon the face of this earth. Names lost at time immemorial, and yet carried with them a common hope. I will live long enough to build a world for my children. I will struggle through the circumstances that I have for the sake of my children, over and over and over again, to bring to my existence. Across famine, across plague, the raging of the seasons, pestilence, war, suffering, pain, struggle, day by day, pushing always ahead. For these individuals, I must pass my thanks. I know not who they are. I can think of my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. But beyond that, the chain of being is fuzzy and indistinct. But when I look upon the beauty around me, when I see that which is, I'm reminded of the struggles that I will never know, but which brought me to the fore. And within the spirit of such struggle, I too must designate my life. I must continue the chain of being. I must find my purpose and advance the society which bore me. I am the link of the chain between the past and the present. And when I am stretched, I shall not be found wanting. This drive burns in my brain. My ancestors will smile upon me because they live through me. I must do my part for the sake of those who came before and for the sake of those who come after. The spider lily is symbolic of death and plays a part in the funerals. I think the appreciability of our lives is most manifest about our deaths. I think of when a relative close to mine had died and passed along in her will a certain sum of money with the hopes that it would go for my education, that even a meager sum, as she called it, would push me to that luminous future. Such gifts are material. Such gifts can contribute in a meaningful way to our world. But behind it is a deeper sentiment. She wanted to, in any possible way, contribute to the future which will go ahead, which will outlast the body which failed her. And I, by receiving such a gift, must be found as a good steward. I must not squander such things on meaningless drivel, actions which will not advance my family, my species, my world. I have a duty to those who came before, and I have a duty to those that go ahead. But outside of this duty, what purpose remains? Vanity of vanity, writes the teacher, all is vanity. Our lives are but a breath in the wind, mist passing, finite creatures of mortal flesh that slowly decays and fails. What purpose do you have outside of that which has been given to you? There has never been a time more comfortable to exist. Never been a time when we as individuals have so much at our fingers. Never been a time where the world has been as safe and as secure as the present. If our ancestors could go across icy plains, through shivering rain, huddled in the darks of caves, clamored in the house behind locked doors as raiders bang on and on the door, the cool of night, the burn of fever, the squeezing emptiness of a stomach that has not known food. They pushed ahead in spite of these things to bring me to the present. How can I look upon such a legacy of carrying that torch forward and let it fall? Indeed, as things come from summer to fall, from the warmth to the cooling, the changing of the seasons and the slow dying, we will fall. We will die. This is a certainty. But that we live, though we may die, our lives as an echo that spreads out upon the surface of the pond. Perhaps these echoes can live on. Perhaps, too, when my descendants, whenever they be, look upon the flowers, the spider lilies, and think of that which comes before, though they know not my name, Though they know not even my actions, they can be assured of one thing, that I, looking ahead, gave what I could to bring them to the fore, and that for that luminous future, I gave what I could. In these quiet thoughts, we find our center. In these quiet thoughts, we're reminded of our nature. I hope that one day you too can enjoy such beautiful things in nature, whether it be at one of these temples as in Japan, or out in the quiet. Stare up at the sun. Feel its warm rays upon your skin. Stretch out your hand and feel the cool rain as it drops down, one by one, from the clouds until rejoining to the ground below. Recall the dirt beneath your feet and how quickly you will join it. And steady your heart, burn brightly, and carry on, no matter how dark the night does grow. For think of how even a single spark, when kindled with purpose, can grow into a raging fire, which draws the eyes of all who see. This is what I hope for you, because this is what I have for me. I'm Trevor in Tokyo. See ya next time.